behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. Do that, we'll be all right.
Roll Tide, everybody. Welcome to the CTS-Sports room, the posse. Look at me, the horseman. And I'd like to welcome the posse in. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Man, listen, I'm all screwed up. The holiday threw me off. I'm thinking today is Monday. I'm looking for Matt Caddell on CTS. Almost didn't make the show, so forgive me, people. Happy Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Hope everybody had a great day. We're going to have a great show tonight. And without further ado, I'm going to bring my guys in. I'm going to start tonight with Mr. Van Network. Van, come in, sir.
Alabama is back as the champion. Catch, Devontae Smith. Risky throw picked up by Patrick Surtain.
Roll Tide, my brother.
Roll Tide, rise up. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man. A little discombobulated with the days, man. The holiday kind of threw me off a little bit.
I'm with you. Somebody said Alabama played a game Saturday. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know nothing about the game Saturday, bro. I need to go go and do some research. I'm off here. All right, Posse, we're going to keep this train rolling. I think we got our guy. He was a little bit behind. I'm not sure what was going on, but Mr. William Bryan, Reverend Feelgood, if you're here, please come in, sir.
So I want everybody to think here for a second. How much does this game mean to you? Because if it means something to you, you can't stand still. You understand? You play good. You play strong. You go out there and dominate the guy you're playing against and make his ass quit. That's our trademark. That's our MO with the team. That's what people know us as.
Roll
Make them damn quit, buddy. Make them damn quit, he said. You make them damn quit. Dominate.
What's going on, brother?
Roll Tide, brother.
Roll Tide, man.
I hate this modern goddamn technology. Excuse me there. I shouldn't have said that.
We were looking for you. We like, where's William at?
We got it. Hit the wrong one, I guess.
All right. And to keep this train rolling, we're going to go in and put in the conductor. We're going to bring Mr. Icebox in. Icebox, sir, come on.
Does put a smile on my face.
Icebox.
Yes, sir. How we doing tonight?
Mr. DJ, how you doing, bro?
Speaking of DJing, y'all ready to sing a song with me?
Let's go.
All right. I share the light. I share the light. No more in darkness. No more at night. Now I'm so happy. Clemson lost last night. Praise the Lord. I share the light.
Dog.
Those especially for you, Mr.
That's
Share
it.
the Light, wherever you may be, hiding, under a rock.
Man, that one had to hurt. I'm gonna tell you, Duke and Vanilla Vic put them down quick now.
Bro, what you talking about? Oh, Lord.
Whew.
But we're gonna have a great show tonight, fellas. Before we get started, as usual, we always start off with the dedication. So I'm going to turn it over to Icebox for the dedication. It is on you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll give it a shot.
Mhm.
Johnny Lee Cantley, Gunnery Sergeant, highest rank, Sergeant Major, conflict, Vietnam. Company A, 1st Battalion, 1st Marines. Medal of Honor action date, January 31st to February 6, 1968. Hue, Vietnam. Okay, their company fought off multiple vicious attacks as it rapidly moved along the highway toward Hue City to relieve friendly forces that were surrounded by enemy forces. Despite being wounded in these engagements, Gunnery Sergeant Cantley repeatedly rushed across fire-swept terrain and carried his wounded Marines to safety. After his commanding officer was severely wounded, Gunnery Sergeant took command and led his company into Hue City. At Hue City, caught in a deadly crossfire from enemy machine gun positions, he set up a base of fire, maneuvered with a platoon in a flanking attack that eliminated several enemy positions. Retaining command of the company for 3 days, he led attacks against multiple enemy fortified positions while routinely braving enemy fire to carry wounded Marines to safety. On February 4th, he led a group of Marines into an enemy-occupied building in Hue City. He moved into the open to draw fire, located the enemy, and eliminated the threat, expanding the company's hold into the building room by room. Gunnery Sergeant Cantley then gained position to the enemy strong point and dropped a large satchel charge that forced the enemy into withdrawal. February 6th, during a fierce firefight at the hospital compound, Gunnery Sergeant twice scaled a wall to get a full view of the enemy and carry wounded Marines to safety. By his undaunted courage, selfless sacrifice, and unwavering devotion to duty, Gunnery Sergeant Cantley reflected credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Sir, Master Sergeant Cantley, sir, we salute you. Sorry, guys, I didn't have much time to prepare on that one, and I done the best I could with it. That was a great man right there.
And before we get started, cue that MA up, sir, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I mean, that was a good story there, brother. Actually, lately we had a lot of great stories coming in. All of them are great stories, nevertheless,
Yes.
Regardless. But we've been having some good dedication come in, sir. I didn't know if you want to expound on that a little bit, Van, or say anything about it.
Well, I enjoy these every week. Icebox does such a good job preparing them and talking about them and giving a voice to them. And I just want to say thank you. Also want to give a shout out to our boy Spencer. Roll Tide, buddy.
Roll Tide. William, want to say anything, sir?
It's because of men like that we have a day like we had yesterday.
Right.
On account of him, that we have a free America that we can go to work at and labor and get wages for. So yes,
okay.
I'm proud of every one of our soldiers and Linda P in our group here. I love it, man. just so many. I mean, there's others too. I mean, there's even a Jogger fan. I don't even remember his name, but him too.
Right.
I mean, I salute you, sir. But
Right.
you know,
But
I appreciate you going and fighting for us. Sure do.
Exactly. All right, man. We're gonna get this show started, but before we get the show started, I had something I wanted to touch on. As Van said, roll tide to Spencer. I don't know if he's in the chat just quiet or not, if he's looking at the show, or if he's doing something else. But we all know Spencer last week told us that last week was going to be his last show, basically for a while anyway. Hopefully, roll tide, AJ, and but I want the posse to know, everybody in the chat, that he broke that news to us right before we came on. So it's not like something that I didn't know anyway. I don't think Van knew or whatever. I'm not sure if William or Icebox knew, but he kind of told us before the show. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that kind of hit me a little different because I wasn't expecting, this. And to be honest, I look at Spencer like the big brother that you look up to. You might have the big brother that bullies you, but then you had the cool big brother that teaches you, how to ride a bike, how to drive a car. And I'm only child, so I never had a brother, to look up to. So I kind of look at Spencer as that big brother you look to for a little guidance, and just kind of cool dude. You kind of want to emulate him or whatever. And to everybody, in the chat, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Spencer, I would just be in the chat like you guys. I wasn't, I met Spencer in the TDA chat room, and we just kind of me, Spencer, and William, and a couple other, I can't speak to a couple of us end up becoming, part of the Blue Rinse gang and things of that nature. And and Spencer invited me on to a show Thursday night that Joey, the owner of the channel here, was doing, and I was just a guest, and he invited me again, and then we all kind of started coming on, and one thing led to another, and they had I'm not going to call the guy's name, but he's an analyst. He's on big channels, ESPN, these news things, and he was in a particular show, and we are who we are.
Yep.
We are who we are. We are that rugged bunch. We are the guys that say anything or anything is liable to fly out of our mouth. So long story short, we got kicked off the Thursday night show.
Something happened there. I don't know.
Yeah, the Thursday night show. They're like, listen, we trying to be professional. You got these dudes, they're saying in and everything. And so Spencer came up with the idea, talked to Joey about us, maybe having our own show on Tuesday night. And that's how this show came into fruition. That's how we're here now. And we went through several different names. I don't even remember half the names when we first started, man. We had the committee, the conglomerates, I don't know what we were, man. We were some different names, and the Horsemen kind of came through and stuck. So us doing this, it's kind of weird tonight not having Spencer, because like I said, he is the catalyst for all this. He is the spark that sparked all this up. He was the backbone of this. He put me out front, whatever, to talk to you guys. But without Spencer, this show you wouldn't see us right here, right now. We'd be in the chats on another show or whatever, still speaking to each other, still telling each other roll tide. And so I'm a little hurt by that, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. That kind of was like a gut punch for me, and so it's gonna be a little weird without him here in the chats talking noise, bam damn, and telling everybody to suck it and all. So, you know, yeah, you know, that's gonna be weird. So I'm praying for a speedy recovery for my man, and I hope to have him back in the fold soon because, you know, like I said, without him, we wouldn't be here. So anyway, enough of my rant on that. Let's get. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Sir.
You're okay. If you really think about it, if it wasn't for Spencer, I don't believe none of us would be on here tonight.
Right.
Cause of Spencer, we've got the Tuesday night show. You can speak your mind without worrying about your language. William's got a show on Friday. I got one on Saturday. Of course, Saturday morning is no language, but Saturday night you can talk all you want to. That's because of him. You know, this was what he envisioned, and that's what he wanted to do. And Joey was gracious enough to let him just cut loose on it, and it's because of Spencer is why this show, Williams, and Saturday, so basically 3 or 4 shows is because of Spencer. So anytime you appreciate these shows, you can thank Spencer for it.
That's right. So, but we love you, Spencer, brother. We hope you get well, and hope to see you in the chat tonight sometime. Just to, even if you give us a middle finger, just you know.
I think he's already been in there.
You know, shoot us a bird, brother. Oh wow! Do you see what I see, Iceball?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Man. He said the bigger word, but
okay.
Let's put it lightly.
I don't believe that was him.
I'm gonna let Will enough know because we got a show to do. So we're gonna get started with the show, people. And as you can see, the show's title. Go ahead, William.
Man, where was you at Saturday? And I was looking for you, man. I got my other shirt on under here, man. Of my other group that I love, man.
Oh yeah, well take it. Let me see.
Yeah, here it is. Celebrate good time. Come on.
There we go.
So you were from Kiss the Cooler Gang. You stayed in the game,
bro. Yes, sir.
All right. I like Cooler Gang. That's right.
I love them Bill brothers, man.
All right.
All right. Before you go, we had a contest. Can I go ahead with it now, or you want to wait to the end of the show?
Contest, yes.
Sure. Okay. All right. We had the slogan contest, guys, and I'm sorry. I was sick, and I'm not so sure it wasn't COVID, but we struggled through it and tried to keep the shows going. So that was about the best I could do. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so y'all look over me. But I'm getting a whole lot better. So anyways, I got the voting done this past Sunday, and we had 20 entries. Anyways, we had 20 of them. And we voted, and there were 7 of us, and 4 of us picked 2 apiece, and 3 of them picked 1 and 1. Okay, so I asked the ones that had only had 1 vote to re-vote on the 2 that got the most votes, and which they did, and they come up with a winner, fair and square. I done it the best. I done them separately, so nobody knew what voted for what, and the winner is, if y'all excuse me just for a minute, is. Where'd it go? I've just put it in here too. There it is. Revenge is best served crimson by 6-0. 6-0 is the winner of our slogan contest.
6-0.
I think that's a pretty dadgum good one because that's what we feel like we're doing this year.
6-0 comes up with about 10 of them every show too, by the way.
Oh yeah, he had several of them in there, and there were several really good strong ones in there. Linda Pease, Stephen Hicks, there were several good ones in there. 6-0, I think B. Jamin had a few of them. There was a bunch of great ones.
Ain't nobody in their chat room that ain't got something to say. Trust me.
Right.
Oh yeah,
there was a shirt made up with that on it.
I am too. I seen one the other day. I'm gonna try to get one made up. But that is our winner 6-0. I will get with you tomorrow. I got a pretty much a good idea of what you're gonna do. So, but good going, man. That was great stuff.
All
right. All right.
So,
and it was very hard. It was very hard for me because every one of them was good one.
Right.
Yeah. It really was.
Wasn't a bad one on the list.
Right.
They was all struggling, guys. Y'all done a great job. Done a great job. By the way, hang on just a second. Look at what I found.
I saw that.
Oh,
Little
Justin,
P
we
said,
spotted
"Look who
it.
showed up."
Should we sing the song again one more time?
Sing it for him.
Oh, hang on. Let me do my Barney 5 here.
Me.
Me thou. All right. Let's see. How does that song go? I share the light, no more in darkness, no more at night. Now I'm so happy, Clemson lost last night. Praise the Lord, I share the light. Just for you, share the light, that young coward. All right, I'm through for tonight. Go ahead.
All right, on with the show, people. On with the show. I guess Sheriff Light gonna talk noise, and I will commend you for coming back because I promise you, I didn't think you was gonna show up, brother. I didn't. So, but let's see your heart, y'all. That's the title of the topic tonight, and basically, what it means is, we had a game last Saturday and we played MTSU, and we came out hitting, on things that we were concerned about from the previous seasons, and we seem to have, maybe worked out some things. No drop balls, turnovers, pocket presence, defense flying around, all that good stuff. But it is MTSU, and we have Texas. I'm about to say Tennessee. We have Texas coming in this particular week, and so we know we have better competition. We know we have some guys that's coming in with equal talent to what we have. 4 and 5 star guys being recruited. So here we are. In 4 or 5 days, come Saturday, we have Texas rolling in, and we want to see your heart. We saw a lot of people cheering and hooping for their team beating a cupcake per se, and we know MTSU is a cupcake, but we want to see what you guys got come Saturday. Where's your heart? When the adversity hits, when you're facing the real challenges, when you got equal pressure on the line, what are you gonna do? We're gonna stand tall and persevere, or we're gonna fold. And to me, one of the key things to success come Saturday is, first thing, I watched a lot of Texas last year after the Alabama game, right? So I watched them throughout the season, and one thing I noticed is that if you get pressure on Ewers, he seemed to make some bad throws.
Oh, yeah.
He overthrow, underthrow, but he seems to get rattled. So the D line, they have to get pressure on this young man. And with the squad we have, I'm positive we can do it. But we have to get pressure on him, get our hands up, get a couple of sacks, get this guy out of his rhythm, and that's going to be the first key to having a successful Saturday and winning this game. And I'm gonna go to Van. Van, what do you think about that pressure? I'm not sure if you watched any of Texas last year to see or whatever, but
I watched Texas Saturday, and that was the first thing I noticed. That was the first thing I noticed against Rice. They did not handle the pass rush well. Texas offensive line looked a little bit suspect, and I mean, that plays right what we want to do, because you're 100% right. Ewers, whatever his name is, he makes really bad decisions if he starts seeing guys coming at him. He doesn't just throw the ball away. he gets nervous and then he forces plays. And I mean, I don't think that's something you want to do with that secondary that we've got back there. You know, they played really well against Middle Tennessee State. We talked last week about how Middle Tennessee State probably it's a good warm-up game for Alabama because they would test their secondary. And, you know, I felt like Rice, don't get me wrong, Texas beat them pretty badly towards the end of the game. But that first half of ball, with a little bit more depth, I don't know. That game might have been a little closer. Because, I mean, Texas with depth, you know, eventually wore Rice down. But to say they looked impressive, I'd be lying to you. They did not look impressive at all. And that's not to say that Alabama played a perfect game either, because what we're highlighting right now, our defensive line, I need to see more out of our defensive line. The linebackers were flying all over the place. They were killing it, especially Lawson.
Yes, sir.
And it was good to see Kendrick Blackshire, by the way, make a big play.
Yes, you know that's my man.
You know, I've been waiting on this guy to do something since he was out of high school, and he's had a couple of bad breaks. So I'm glad to see him finally get in there and get to prove what he's about. But if that defensive line can get pressure and take on some double teams, our linebackers will eat them alive. And I'm not doubting it because, I mean, like Freddie Roach, and I think he's got the ability to coach him up. And, you know, I'm not throwing in the white flag yet on the defensive line. I don't think they're bad. The talent's there. I didn't like what I seen from Tim Smith, though. I seen him get ragdolled a few times, man. In fact, seen a tight end smash him on a block. And that ain't what I want to see out of a 300-pound defensive lineman. But, you know, mistakes can be made. Nobody plays perfect, and let's hope he can build off of that.
Okay. William?
Yeah, y'all stole my thunder on Blackshire, man. I love to just going up there and grab that damn ball, man. Hey, that don't belong to you. It's mine, brother. I love that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we Coach would tell you that there's things that we need to improve on. You know, we had a great game, but you know him. He's our coach, and I like his attitude that he does. We can always improve, you know. But this is that year that, hey, you either going to get it or you're going to sit on the bench, man. And one thing I noticed that we've been doing more of this year that I haven't seen in the past this year is we've been rotating more. We've been sending some out, bringing some in, you know. So I love that, man. Love it.
So okay.
Go ahead.
Icebox.
I'll tell you what. I thought the boys done pretty good. MTSU put up a challenge. They were straightforward in their game plan. I was telling somebody, man, that defense, they wasn't sitting there trying to block out, run into somebody confrontational. They was picking up a gap and had it predetermined, and that's the way they were going, full bore. And we had to pick them up. And I thought that was great for our O-line. I loved it. The O-line, for the most part, held their ground. They need a little bit of work, you know, but it's first game, you know. They're still mixing and matching, and I still stand behind what Matt Caddell said. I asked him, I said, which one gels better first, offense or defense? He says the defense gels better first. You know, offense takes a little bit of time, and he's right. You know, yeah, I think they done really, really good. MTSU didn't come in here just to lay over, take the money, and go home. They fought a good game. I thought they did. Now our defense. Is it Deontay Lawson? Am I saying his name right? And I can't remember the guy's first name. The Keys, man, they was all over that field, especially that first half. They showed how to play some football. They was all over the place. Now, it was MTSU. So Texas been running their mouth, pretty much like Clemson did, pretty much like LSU did. We seen what happened to them. Now's the time to put up, shut up, guys. We need to see your heart. We need this game as fans, okay? As fans. I know how Saban is, trust the process. We could possibly lose this and go on and still make the final, but I don't want to go about it that way. I want to stomp a mud hole into Texas. They've already put their students up there in the highest upper seats, the nosebleeds, and I hope our electricity bill's too high and we cut off the electricity to their air conditioning. So what's fair is fair. They ain't in the SEC yet. That's what the man says. We can do what we want to do.
Yeah.
So, but I need to see Milroe tighten up his passing just a little bit more. I do. I need to see that, or time is passing a little bit. He's a little bit behind so far. He knows more about what he's doing, and the coaches do too, than I do. But I don't want to see a receiver waiting on the ball. I want him to hit the stride. I know you can't do it all the time, but I'd like to see more of that. I really look for good things out of Milroe this week. He is fired up, and I want to see his heart. I want to see some more heart out of the running backs. That's what I want to see. I want to see some pushing going on, and I want to see some 10, 12-yard runs, if not one for breaking for the house. But that's the way I feel. I want to see their heart. I do. I want to see what you got now, because it's going to be a dogfight this weekend.
Right. And you brought up some that I was next for me was the O-line. That run game blocking, that run blocking has to open up some holes. We didn't have many holes. And I know that they were filling gaps on the MTSU side, but man, we got what they said the average lineman on our team is on the O-line 360, 369 or something like that, or 360, 360.
I think you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
We should be moving these guys around. And I'm sorry, guys, but to me, this is my opinion. You know, if you don't agree, I understand. Dalcourt just is not. He is not, man. I seen that guy get moved around. Listen, he's consistently been pushed around for now 2 years before. In the first game here, he was getting blown up consistently. I don't know. I know he's a grad student and all, but listen, he ain't got it. Not for the SEC. Maybe a group of 5 schools or something he might be great in, but he's getting manhandled out there, and that's just not gonna cut it, man. When we're getting into deeper territory with people with just as big as linemen as our, and like I said, the same quality of an athlete. So the O-line need to gel just a little bit better on that right side. Left side did great. What do you think about that O-line, Mr. Van?
You took the words right out of my mouth, especially Dalcourt. I did not think he played a good game. I seen them fill in his spot a couple times in the third quarter, and it felt like the blocking picked up. So I think that's something they should probably experiment with throughout the week. Maybe some different rotations right there on his side, because the left side was crazy. At one point, I seen guys getting blocked 10, 15 yards down the field.
Yes.
And, that's kind of determination you need. I mean, you open up a block like that, McClellan or Miller or any of those guys are going to be going to the house. So, Dalcourt, yeah, I mean, I don't like to sit here and just trash people, but the truth, he didn't have a good game.
Right. I'm with you. I'm not in the trashing, but I didn't watch this guy for the last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. Now going into this season, it's the same old same. Nothing's changed. So, I mean, it's just it's just not what it is. But what do you think about the offensive line?
Well, yeah, I believe Robbie Hoots is included in that O-line, ain't he?
When they bring him out in the package, he's a tight end, so.
Was he? I mean, I think I might have heard his name maybe once or so. So, I mean, to me, I guess he needs to tighten up. I guess, don't y'all think so? Or
I mean, Oos did great. Like I said, he's basically a blocking tight end. He's not a lineman per se, but he come out and act as a blocker. So
yeah, he's like a tight end fullback hybrid, like an H-back. I think
like an H-back, right?
Yeah. So. But yeah, I mean, that's a title for tonight. I mean, where's your heart? I mean, do we want that big old gold trophy, or do we? So That's where your heart needs to be. This is our time this year, folks. All y'all on the team, this is your time. You gonna shine, or are you gonna dim a little bit? We need to shine.
And Icebox, you kind of
Hell
spoke
no,
on it. Icebox, you
Not
spoke
like
on the O-line.
we gonna shine the light.
I don't know if you want to say anything else about the O-line. I know you kind of spoke on it earlier, so you just...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just, I think they've done good, though. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from them. This first game, and like I said, they had a straight up plan. It's up to us to stop them. And I thought they really done good. Dalcourt didn't pay a whole lot of attention to him. He's on the right side, if I'm thinking right.
You're correct.
But I thought the left side done good with Proctor and all them. I don't know what's going on with Pritchett, but Pritchett needs to step up his game, so either one of them can replace the other. That's what we need rotation for. We're not trying to go 1 and 2. We want everybody to be the same. We don't need no weak link,
Right.
Guys, we're so desperate as far as that goes to go all the way. We're nitpicking. We're so dadgum spoiled on Alabama, and we want them just to stomp them out, be 48-56 to nothing or 3s or 7s. That's what we want, and every team does. But that O-line, it starts right there. Everybody knows it. I agree with it. I don't know what's his McCaughlin, the center, needs to step his game up a little bit. He don't need those. He done it twice. One to Milroe and to Buckner, and he needs to control that just a little bit better. But that'll happen. That'll happen. I got confidence in the young man. But I think once that O-line gets straightened up, we're going to see some football. But Texas is not the time to be practicing, fellas. This ain't Georgia. We ain't got practice teams all year long. We got real games to play. And Texas is one of them. They ain't going to come in here and lay down and go back home. So, yeah, the O-line needs to get it together.
Okay. All right. And another key to success this coming Saturday. We had 2 sacks this past game. And, I done heard some harsh criticism. But, especially one sack was a missed assignment on the running back. Running backs, I need you to get in there and, pick up your assignments. We can't have busted coverage, not busted coverage, but busted blocks or missed blocks on your end. We need you to pick up whatever player you're supposed to be picking up and handle them and give that quarterback time to, get that ball out of his hands, get out of the pocket, whatever he need to do. But we need, those guys to clean up on that a little bit. And, that'll help a whole lot because one particular play, I want to say it was Jam Miller, missed the block and and it was
missed a couple.
Yeah, he missed a couple. He missed a couple key blocks, and they were on Miro. They were on his ass. The man ain't had time to do nothing. And I heard somebody say, he should have did this. I'm like, man, when you turn around and lay in your face, I don't care how fast you are. You can't outrun everything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give some leeway to the young man. So what do you think about those guys picking up those blocks there, man?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, part of being a running back at Alabama, I mean, really any team, but definitely Alabama, you got to pick up your blocks. That's just almost as important as toting the rock itself because you're the last line of defense for your quarterback. And Milroe, to his credit, moves around in the pocket well. And, they kept talking about how he was setting his feet when he was throwing and how he'd improved on it. But still, you got that blind side.
Exactly.
And you need that running back to protect you. So, I mean, little things like that we can clean up, I'm not too down on it right now.
No,
but,
I'm not.
And I'm sure Saban circled and pinpointed it so many times they're ready to throw up at this point. But,
right.
Yeah, things like that we do definitely need to clean up.
Mm-hmm. And William, you were speaking about Robbie. One thing I did see this particular Saturday that I loved is we ran a lot of 2 tight end sets. it was a lot of plays where you see two tight ends, sitting there in a set and blocking and or running out. And speaking of tight ends, that Amari, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. I'm not sure if it's Nye Black or Knee Black or so forgive me, sir, for saying the wrong thing if I'm saying it incorrectly. But man, listen, once this guy gets going and we get the season going, I think he's going to be somebody that I think he's really going to turn into what we hoped Billingsley would be. We all was hoping that Billingsley was going to turn into that, for lack of a better word, Pitts type of a tight end. And I see it in him, man. The guy has some speed. He's tall. I've seen him blocking, and he has the hands to catch. So I'm really looking forward to seeing us in the future use these tight ends more and more as we get into more solid play, more tougher and stiff competition. William, what do you think about the tight end?
Yeah, that's one of the ones I liked. I believe O.J. Howard was one. I'd like to see another one like him.
Yeah.
Get on down the field, man. Mm-hmm. Calvin Ridley, man, he could get on down that field along that sideline, man. Catch that ball. Here it is. Here I am. Whoosh. Run it on, man. I just wonder if these guys here can make it on down the field like they can. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's Middle Tennessee, so I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to come out here and be like, oh, yeah, that was back, and then get our ass kicked. I'm not a shit talker up front, and then I don't like eating crow. So,
right.
I'm me and Icebox was talking about this yesterday. We're kind of realists. We understand the matter at hand, and we look good, but other teams look good as well. But I think from what I've seen, William, we headed in the right direction. I'm not worried about Texas. As far as losing. I just want these guys, as the subject said, let's see your heart. I don't want them to lose sight of the goal at hand, because I don't want them to win a game like MTSU and think everything is in the bag. It ain't in the bag yet. That's one game down. We got a lot more to go. So that's where I am. Van?
Yeah, speaking on Amari Nyblack, I think he had 2 targets. He caught 2 passes. He averaged 24.5 yards per catch with a 29-yard long for a touchdown.
Right.
So we just got a small sample size of what he can do. He made a big impact in that amount of time. I seen him get blowed up in the first quarter on a block, and then the next few times I went to watch him in the block when he was blocking, he improved.
Right.
So, I mean, that's all you can ask of a guy. If you're learning from your mistakes early in the game and by the second quarter you're already doing better than what you were doing, I mean, that's all you can ask for.
That's all you can ask for.
And he's elusive for a tight end. I mean, he
is.
On that touchdown, he just slipped through, man. The safety had a decision to make, and he made the wrong one. I'm not sure it would have mattered because I probably could have got the jump ball if it come to that. Yeah, definitely, man. That tight end room is exciting. They're going to play a lot more into what we're doing as the game goes on. I think we run a pretty simple offense. It didn't take a lot to score for us. There was no sense in throwing everything at Middle Tennessee State. I don't necessarily know that we got to throw everything at Texas. I'm not trashing Texas, but I do think we're a cut above Texas. So, I don't expect to see a ton more against Texas than what I've seen this past week as far as play calls and everything. I don't think we have to get super creative against Texas.
Okay. Mr. Iceboxer, have anything you want to add?
I love the tight ends. I love them. CJ Dupree, is it not Black? Is he a tight end?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought he was. But I love him. I do. There's your dual threat right there. And we got some dadgum good ones. And I believe some that's coming up behind them is going to be okay. They're there to block, hit the block, pop out. And that's where William was talking about O.J. Howard. That's what he was really good at, He would hit the block, get out there wide open, back there behind the line, touchdown, Alabama. Seemed like every time. Yeah, I love the two tight end set. I think it looks good to me. I'm not used to it, but I loved it. So far, I'm liking what Tommy Reese is doing with them.
Right. And
I'm sorry, that's all I got. Go ahead.
Okay. and moving on from tight ends to actually receivers, and I'm gonna keep reiterating this. I know it was Middle Tennessee State, but we didn't have any drops, fellas. There was no drops.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw guys open. Actually, I saw some people, saying that Miro not missed him on the throw, but missed a couple of receivers that was running wide open, right? So we have those. I'm saying that to say we have those guys getting open, because last year we wasn't getting separation, and then without the separation, we were dropping balls, and then we was hearing in fall camps about the drop ball. So that was worrying the hell out of us Alabama fans. I know it was me. I don't know if anybody else admitted, but I know Saban's gonna drive some home. But just hearing the drop ball, I'm gonna be honest with you, it kind of worried me a little bit, and it was something I was really wondering about. But from what I saw Saturday, first of all, that Buns, man, that boy is fast as lightning. That boy is fast as lightning. And I don't know if they went and got him some stickum to put on their gloves, but if they did, hats off to whoever bought the stickum. I'll reimburse you. Thank you. Just, hey, give me a cash app or whatever. I'll send you the money, because these guys caught the ball, man. That was one thing we were worried about. I'm making light of the situation, but on the serious side, these guys caught the ball. That was one thing we were all worried about. Us Alabama fans, we had everybody else down on us about, you guys, your wide receiver can't catch, and you don't know who your number one wide receiver is. This year, I don't think we have a per se one wide receiver. I think it'll be a receiver room by committee. I think they're all going to get their fair share of the ball. And I was ecstatic of what I saw, and I want them to build upon that and keep going. William, what do you think about the receivers? Because, like I said, they didn't drop anything this past Saturday, man.
I like that there. Bobby Sprinkle mentioned Isaiah Bond, him putting that perfect 47-yard pass to him, man.
On his right on the money.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So I like what they're doing, man. And like I said, I love the rotation. I love seeing that happening there again. I love it. So we don't wear these guys out. Shit.
Right.
It's your time to play, man.
Right. Man, what do you think about the receivers, sir?
Oh, yeah, I was highly impressed in comparison to what we've been seeing last year, man. Isaiah Bond's speed and ability to get open was really exciting to me. I think he had about 75 yards on 5 catches, which comes out a little over 15 yards a catch. Had a touchdown. Jermaine Burton. I know that's not a name we like to throw around very much, but I thought Jermaine played
He
well.
did.
And go back on the film and watch his run blocking. I've been hyping that up for a few months. Man throws a block. I think he's getting more out of sense of self and more into the team aspects. I think he has something to prove, because a lot of people said a lot of things about him.
Right.
And he had 2 yards on 3 catches and had a touchdown. I thought he played well. We didn't get to see a lot of printed. I think he had 2 or 3 catches. But yeah, we had several guys out there, and I think they all played exceptionally well. I think we'll see more of what they can do this week in comparison to last week. But yeah, man, that steady improvement. That's all I can ask for from watching out there. They look. You remember the Utah State game last year when we opened?
Yes, I remember Utah State.
And if we're being honest with ourselves, the score told one thing, but the eye test told another.
Totally
and in
different.
My heart, I knew deep down, this may not be our year. And we didn't have a bad year. 2 losses is not a bad year.
Right.
But it didn't feel like an Alabama team that was prepared to take it all the way. So, yeah, I'm a lot more happy after this ball game as I was last year.
Right. even with the sacks and the takeaways. You know, that's like, thank God we're getting in the backfield. I know it's Middle Tennessee State, but against Utah State, we wasn't getting home, y'all. So that's for all the other fan bases talking about we're cheering about this. We're not cheering about beating MTSU. We're cheering about what we improved upon last year into this year. That's what we're happy about. Just simple and plain. Icebox, you have anything on those receivers?
I loved them. I did. I said, one of them made my boy look good there for a minute, Tyler Buckner. That old man stretched his arm out like that right there, and he grabbed that hold that thing. I said, made my boy look good. And I think it was Burton that one that done that, wasn't he?
It was Burton. Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yes, sir.
Burton was getting separation, man. I'm telling you, I saw several plays where this guy was getting open. So, you know, I was very critical of him for, you know, playing at half speed, not playing at full speed. But this is his last year, guys. He has there's nowhere else to go but the NFL or get your degree and work in your field that you got your degree in. So he has a lot to prove. So I'm gonna leave Burton alone. Like my man KB said, I'm gonna call him Hands. Hey, I'm gonna get on the hands train.
That's what I wanted to highlight. Because I watch everything Kangaroo Black does. And he's been touting him up, man. He's been really putting him out there.
Yeah.
You know, what waiting to say? I've got to run my FedEx man's calling me delivery. Oh, okay. All right, Waylon. He told
me he's gonna stop at Hardy's this time to fill that old fucking worm burger place there. He's gonna get some real meat there, man.
Yeah, I hope he gets better reception this time.
He'll at least get a better burger anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I like McDonald's. But before you move on from the receivers, yeah, I loved Bond. I loved Buckner. I loved every one of them. I thought they did a great job. We need more of it, you know. Right. And you're gonna see something this Saturday. You watch and see what I'm telling you. You're gonna be surprised. Watch and see what happens.
Hey man, no, it's a good surprise. I'm down for it. I don't want to see no bad surprise. But
I still got my lucky charm. Don't you?
Okay.
Don't worry, it's not going nowhere.
You know, next on the list is those secondary men. Secondary played a solid game. I like what I saw with Terry and Arnold. You know, he played a solid game. Caleb Downs came in and played a hell of a game. Keys got hurt, but speaking of that, the play basically, I think I want to say it was the play before Keys got hurt. They got in Keys' ass for kind of missing an assignment. I don't know if you noticed that, but they were, they was like holding each other accountable. And maybe like the next play or two, Keys got that interception, man, and was taking it back to the house. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. That's what we're happy about. Any other fans out there, we're not cheering beating MTSU. We're cheering about checking the boxes on the things that we didn't do at all or well in the last season or two. And getting that interception, man, in the first game, I was so happy. I like, man, we got to create some turnovers. And it was a beautiful thing. You know, so it's all good, man. We it's just the beginning, long way to go. But from those that secondary, I love what I saw. William, what do you think about the secondary, the safeties and the cornerbacks?
I think we did a great job overall on the team, man. It's just, the safeties. Who is Roydell Williams still playing the back there, or is he?
You're taking offense.
Your
offense.
Yeah, he's.
We know who you're talking about. Y'all gonna steal my thunder, but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say a word.
You sound like that other fellow, man. Go ahead.
Caleb
Yeah,
Downs,
I
baby.
think your safety's doing good, man. Yes, sir. What is it? More still our safety back there?
Caleb
Yeah,
Downs.
Now
more
more?
got hurt.
Well,
he got hurt Saturday,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah.
I'm praying he's
I hope
okay.
he's doing okay. That's another thing I want to touch on too, injuries. But I think we had two. So
We had Key and Malachi Moore.
yeah,
I know
That's
Kool-Aid kind of got shaken up on a return, and I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about that? What do you think that he should be kick returning balls, man? What, man? I'm gonna let you go.
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been wanting to talk about it. Get his ass off the punt return. You gonna tell me we ain't got nobody that can catch a punt or a kick return and take that some bitch to the house? Man, we got an all-American defensive back in Kool-Aid. I mean, to me, the defense starts with him.
Right.
And don't get him gimped up on the damn punt return over 4 or 5 yards. No,
Right.
no. He's way too crucial to our defense.
Okay. Icebox, what do you think about it, sir?
I'm so glad we had this time together. I loved him. I'm with Mando. Am I getting this or am I getting this?
You're getting.
Okay. That's an inside joke, guys.
Yeah, that's inside.
I'm trying out my singing voice tonight. KB, you need to listen to the beginning of the show and put that on your playlist, buddy. Yeah, Kool-Aid. I'm with you, man. I really don't want to see him get hurt. I really don't. But he's actually pretty daggum good at a punt return. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't but a step or two away from taking it to the house, and he's making good decisions. Man, I don't know. And that's important. Special teams are important. So I'm kind of in between. He's damn good at it. So I just don't want to see him get hurt. Caleb Downs, though, baby, all over the daggum field. Freshman. Son, he was showing his little ass out. I mean, I tell you what, I get so tickled. Just look up. Now, who would I see? Lawson, Keys, Caleb Downs, all over that freaking field, son. They were playing some football. They want to play, and I believe we'll see them again this Saturday. And I want to see that heart there, boys. I want to see it, and I believe they've got it. I just want to see more of it. Yes, sir. I love the secondary. Okay, that's all I got to say. Go ahead.
I'm with Van on that, man. Listen, I think we have a couple of guys that can return that ball. We got running backs. We have some receivers that can run the ball, and I think catch the punts. I just, I don't want to see Kool-Aid get hurt, man. That would be a very, very crucial loss if he was to, get taken out of a game or the rest of the season. I know Saban is trying to, create value for the guy, and that you look better in the scouts, like NFL. Okay, well, we can put him in, kick return and that, and this and that, but I don't want to see the man get hurt, man. I don't want to see him get hurt. We need him on D. We need him. We need him bad. So that's my take on it. Also, the QBs. Before we get out of here, because I know we had that hour mark, but we're gonna run over a couple of minutes. First game again, at MTSU. But from what I saw on the 3 quarterbacks, all of them moved the ball down the field. All 3 of them have wheels. Now, everybody's not fast in the middle row. I get it. But all 3 of those guys can get out the pocket, create outside the pocket, and I'll get downfield for the first down and touchdown, as we saw. So, I was very pleased with what I saw with those guys. I know off season, everybody's been kind of ragging us and kind of, beating up on us about the quarterback situation and everything. And hey, man, like we've been telling everybody all off season, we're good with either one of these guys. We're good with either one of these guys. Okay, I'm happy with what I see. You know, we don't have Bryce Young. Okay, we didn't have Bryce Young the 2 years before. We didn't have Bryce Young in 18. You know, we didn't have Bryce Young in 17 and 15 and all them times. So it's all good. We're straight here, man. I just need the quarterbacks to protect the ball. I was watching that Florida State game, and I know Florida State ended up putting a smack down on them LSU Tigers. Man, they put a smack down on them Tigers. But what I can say, the first half, Travis made some bad decisions with that ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
He threw a couple of balls. I'm like, why did you throw that? Why don't you just throw the ball away, or either take the sack? You know, oh my God, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see panicking. If you can get rid of the ball, throw it out of bounds without getting a grounding, throw it out of bounds. If you can't, just take the sack and hold on to the ball. Ball protection, smart decisions. You read, you check down, and that's ball protection. That's what I need from them guys, man. That's all I'm looking for. And I don't know, man. What do you think?
Well, it's kind of like watching when Steve Young took over for Joe Montana, and then kind of the monkey off his back a little bit because everybody had doubted him. And the same for Milroe. He come in, he played well in spots last year. He got through into a situation that nobody was ready for, trying to play another man's game, and he come out with 2 wins because of it. So I've never doubted his ability, and you could see throughout the game that he started to improve. Most of his incompletions come early in the ball game. Then once his timing was down, he was catching guys on the field and just reading the defense. And that's not to mention the fumbled snap and picks it up, makes a little chicken salad out of chicken shit, and picks up yards later. We got a touchdown here. So, I mean, right. The man's a maestro back there, and I think he'll only get better as the season goes. He showed leadership, showed poise, showed growth from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. So, man, I couldn't be happier with what I seen.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Bryant?
I think we can get it done with any of our quarterbacks. But yeah, Milroe's a guy. I believe that, and Van already said it. That poem, but hell, he said, "Okay, I'll just get the ball and go, man. Touchdown, Alabama." I can't really laugh with that, but
that's your Eli Golden. That's your Eli Gold.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know you already spoke on it, sir, but did you want to say anything about the quarterbacks also, the Icebox?
I loved him. I loved Milroe. That little fumbled snap, magic legs. Here he goes. He took off, baby. I loved watching it. Thrilled me to death to see that. I think they all 3 done good, actually. I was hoping to see enough time. I kind of thought he was going to take Milroe out a little bit earlier, and
I did too.
I was glad he didn't. Honestly, let him keep rolling. Get him ready for next week.
Right.
Yeah, I am too. But I kind of thought he would come out a little bit sooner than that, and Ty Simpson, really didn't get to. I think Butler got 2 and Ty got 2, but Ty's was kind of a little garbage cleanup. I was really hoping to see what Lonergan looked like again. But anyways, it is what it is. We got Milroe. He looked good. I really was impressed with the young man. He looks a lot better than what he did. I grant you that. And I'm all for the young man. I want to see more of it from him, though. But I'm excited for this Saturday, to be honest with you guys. I can't wait.
Right. So, like we were saying, it's MTSU, and we didn't play a full playbook game. We kept it kind of simple, and we kind of kept our hand, to our chest and guarded the playbook. But don't think for 1 second that Texas didn't do the same thing. I know we were saying that they didn't look too good here and there, but trust you me, Texas didn't show their whole hand either. So, you know, I know they did look shaky on offense and their O-line looked a little shaky, but still, we talking Sarkisian, man. He's one of the better offensive minds out there, and he's gonna throw some wrinkles. He's gonna throw some stuff at us. You know, he's gonna throw some stuff at us, man. But like I said, I think keys is keeping pressures on Quinn Ewers, however you pronounce his last name, keeping him pressured. You know, making bad choices, getting him on the ground. Get Dallas Turner running at him. He think about like he had flashback on last year. You know, throw the ball to one of our guys or something. Here you go, take it in the end zone. You know, it just he don't want them problems. He don't want them problems. So yeah, we need to. So you know, those are keys there. Defense, the secondary, they need to keep doing what they're doing. I like what they did. We have Kevin the real deal still, man. So I'm not worried about what I was worried about last year. I'm not worried about the blown plays in the secondary like I was last year. I was terrified after that game.
Penalties.
And
Get rid of them.
And penalties. And really, I was looking at one play we got penalized on, and it was Jaheim Otis. And it wasn't a forcible. He was just in the motion, and his hand just came down on, but it wasn't any malice to what he did. You know,
he can't help he was that much bigger than that guy. He was just putting his own.
You're right. And it was just what it was, man. It was an unfortunate thing he hit, but it wasn't malice, and it wasn't to me, it wasn't a mental mistake. It's just something that happened in the midst of a play. So I don't count that against him at all. So but we done went over, 7 minutes, 8 minutes here. So we're gonna wind this thing down. And we're gonna pass it around the room. Any last thoughts, any last questions, any last things you guys want to say? I'm gonna start with you, William.
Well, I mean, I think the team just needs to continue doing what they're doing. Spencer, they focused on what we've been talking about all along, man. The whole team and stuff, what we've been saying. So. But yeah, I just want everybody, the team to keep doing what they're doing. They're doing great. That might be rat poison, but don't listen to it if you think it is. But you need to continue doing what you're doing, and come out and show up and show out. And as Potsy would say, when in doubt, whip it out. So roll time. Go ahead.
Man.
Well, with Texas coming up, I want to see more aggression, and I want to see more domination from our defensive line. I mean, we've seen it at times during the game, but and I guess I'm picky about the defensive line in particular. I always sort of pay attention to them more than I do anybody else. So I hold them to a higher standard, especially considering the guys that came before these guys over the years. But I want to see a little more aggression and a little more domination up front. And we get that. Those linebackers, the way they fly to the ball, Texas is going to be – they're going to be in a world of hurt. So I really believe Alabama's going to win. Possibly win big if we come in there with the same mentality and get the job done and grow throughout the game and get better. So, little horns down action right here. Roll Tide.
Icebox.
I got my smoking hot T-shirt on tonight. Kiss the cook. I want you to know what he'll be cooking this weekend. And it ain't that gum barbecue. It's going to be steaks, baby, Longhorn steak. So that's the way it's going to be. So you can holler at me Saturday night, and I'll probably have a few left over. So it's going to taste good, baby. It's going to taste good. No, I do look forward to this game. I really, we said let's see your heart. Now's the time. That's why me and Rise Up come up with this. Now's the time to get your heart out there, play for Alabama, show who you are, and let's get this team and send them back home crying. It'll take them a while to come out of them nosebleed sections. So You pat them on the butt as they go out the door and go back home. That's what I want to say.
That's true. Also, 6-0, I seen you in the chats. I didn't see you earlier, but if you didn't hear, you won, sir. You won the slogan contest. So, Mr. Icebox will be getting in touch with you. And
that's why I haven't got in touch with him so far.
And so, congratulations to you, sir. Me, like I said, I just want like a sound, solid game. That's all I want, man. I want everybody to build upon what we did last week. You know, what did Miro say? That saying is, let a naysayer know.
What do they call it? Yeah, lank.
Yeah. Let them naysayer know, man. Let them know. And also, our fan base is going to be there in the crowds. I need you guys to be super duper loud, rowdy. I'm not talking about put your hands on nobody. I'm talking about stomping on, on the bleachers, man, making noise, making it hard for them to hear the snap count. They might have to go to the silent count. I want all that, I won't be able to be there. I'll be watching on TV, but I'm counting on our fan base because they did it to us last year. Everybody I know who went to that game said it was so loud in that stadium. So Alabama has returned the favor of putting them like he said in the nosebleeds and their band in the nosebleeds. Yep. Our fans need to return the favor of being loud. Give it to them, man. Make them understand you're in Tuscaloosa. This ain't Texas. You may be the shit in Austin, but this ain't Austin. This is Brian in the stadium, and we run this. This is our house. This is what we do. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the SEC.
And we can do the horns down, too.
Horns down. Yeah, ain't no penalty.
There you go. Horn down, baby.
Horn down, baby. Hey, y'all, it's been a great show. I'd like to thank Joey once again. I saw him in the chat earlier for, giving us this platform to come on and talk noise and get with our posse, man. Get with our people, our Alabama family and friends and talk some good football. We even have a few other fan bases come in. Share the light. You came in, man. You didn't really show your face, but you did show up. I didn't think.
Yeah, I give him credit.
I tip my hats off to you, man. You didn't, and you came in talking shit. So, hey, you ain't no punk bitch. You ain't no punk bitch.
Now I want to see him go on KB's show now. That's me. Now I cut him some slack tonight. I was really gonna. But if he watches the beginning of this show, he'll know why I cut him some slack. I thought it was pretty good.
That's all to you, man. I give it to you. I give credit where credit is due, man. You showed up, so you all right with me, man. To the posse, everybody in the chat, I love you guys. Appreciate you for coming on and kicking it with us tonight, as always, as usual. Remember, we don't have a show Thursday night, but Friday night we got brother William Reverend Feelgood and Alabama Tide show Friday night at 8 p.m. and then Saturday morning we have the Pick'em show with Icebox and
I only got one. I don't want to talk about it. It hurts.
Well, we got the Pick'em show with Icebox Saturday morning. and then they have the reaction show Saturday night. And I don't think the Saturday night it's just whatever time, right? It's a certain time that you
after the game. Yeah, it's after the game.
After the game Saturday night. So
yeah, it'll be me. Nobody showed up last Saturday. That was just me and Justin.
Thanks a lot.
No, the Pick'em show. Actually, there's two of them done real good. Williams got 3. George Lambert's got 3. Everybody else has got 2, except the 2 pickers, me and Junior. How's that working out?
You didn't fall for that LSU trap, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, him and his fake Southern accent.
I did too.
My dumb ass was sitting there going, okay, FSU, and you guys remember, y'all look out for FSU. They may be in the Final Four. I'm in here good things. And my dumb ass goes and picks LSU. Yeah.
I
picked TCU.
For me.
Yeah.
I really go to Nick Saban Jr. for that. For his
I don't
part
have
of
it's
Go ahead. Say
it's starting out good. It's starting to get fun. It's just starting. If you missed it, you still got a chance. Like I said, I ain't got but one. You know, you can miss 2 or 3 and still have a good competition. But if you missed it, guys, come on in. I'm gonna let you know it is up to $400. That's $400 you ain't got right now. So come on in and play.
Right. And I don't have
That's all
a
I
score
got. Go ahead.
prediction. I don't have a score prediction for Saturday, but I will say I think Alabama wins anywhere between 14 to 17 points. I don't know what the actual score will be, but I'll say 14 to 17 points. So. And that's it. So we're going to sign off, guys. Like I said, once again, appreciate everybody coming in. Great night. We're going to end this with a big roll tide.
Roll Tide.
Horn fans.
And on down, baby. Hook
Yes,
head.
Spencer.